So in the last segment we have seen creating subnetwork from given subnetwork. So 192.168.20.0 it was given, so I'm just changing the address 0.0. Let's see, we have to create 6 subnetworks. To create 6 subnetworks we have to consider 8, because it will be in the form of 2 to the power n or 2 to the power b. So it's 8 subnetworks. To design 8 subnetworks, we have seen that we have to borrow 3 bits. Initially we have 24 bit is there in the network and 8 bit is there in the host. Now it is 24 plus 3, and we have to have a block size of 32 in each subnetworks, and we'll be having 30 hosts. 30 host means 1 for gateway, 29 for PC. So that's how you have to manage. So let's first calculate the network address and variable and subnet mask for each and every subnetwork. So this we have calculated. This is the first subnetwork. This is the first subnetwork. This is second subnetwork, third subnetwork, fourth subnetwork, fifth subnetwork, sixth subnetwork, seventh subnetwork, and eighth subnetwork. So this is how from this calculation table we have designed this. So we have 8 subnetworks we have calculated. So the specification of all the 8 subnetworks are like this. A specification of all subnetworks, we have calculated. So now let's do few methods of subnet. So this is one activity is given, 10.148.100.54. So 10.148.100.54, and the subnet mask is given. Subnet mask is given as 255.255.240. 255.255.240. So this is you have to calculate. So initially, if you see this was there in the network. This was there in the network, and these all are host bit. So it was /8. So let's understand what do we mean by what do we mean by 240. So let's calculate from a magic number. 256 minus 240 is 16. That means it is block size of 16. So number of hosts in this network, number of hosts will be there in this network. That means number of valid IP address in this network, 16 minus 2, 14. So 4 bit. So initially it was 8. Now it is not 8. Now it is, let's calculate. Now it is 32 minus 4, that is 28. So now it is 28. So initially it was 8. Initially it was 8. Now it is 28. So how many bits you have borrowed? You have borrowed 20 bits. So you can create how many subnetworks? You can create 2 to the power 20, that many subnetworks. So just open up a calculator and show you, what is 2 to the power 20. 2, and just let's calculate 2 to the power 20. 2 to the power 20 is 1048576. 1048576. So that many subnetworks we can create. So how the subnetworks look like? let's take 10.0.0.0. This is first subnetwork. 10.0.0.16, 10.0.0.32. like that. This will be varying from 0 to 10. So 16 into 0, 16 into 1, 16 into 2 till 16 into 1048575. So actually it's not like that, whenever it is 16 into 32 like that, if it is 16 into, now when it is 10.0.0.250 240, next it will be not 10.0.0.256 because the maximum is 255. So 10.0.0.256 means 10.1.1.0 means whenever, if you add 240 plus 16, it is 256, means 255 plus 1 means 0.255, then 1.0. So that is how you are getting. So let's go to very near to this network, that is this particular series 148.100.0. then 10. These are the subnetworks in this particular series. 100, 10.146.100.16, 10.148.100.32. Now after 100.32 it will be 100.48. Now after that it will be 100.64. like this, that it will be going. So then 10.148.100.250 248 after some some calculations of the network. So after this 148.100, it will be 101.0. so like that there is a change in the networks. So you can see this particular number 54 is residing in between these two networks. This two network. So this will be your network address. So this will be your network address. This will be your network address. So you can see the next is 64. So 63 will be your broadcast address of this particular subnetwork if I am talking of. So this is, now I am talking of a subnetwork which this particular IP belongs to. So this will be 48 to 62. So 48 is nothing but my network address, 63 is nothing but my broadcast address, and let's get few more calculation. 49 is my first valid IP and 62 is my last valid IP in this subnet. So you can see this specification, this 54 is in between. So this is a valid IP. Since /28, this is my IP in this range. This is my subnet mask in this range. So this is my VLSM. We can say VLSM is this, and this is the subnetwork address. This is broadcast address. This is first IP. We can write first IP in this subnetwork, and we can write this is the last IP in this subnetwork. So that's how we create, we calculate different subnetworks. So this is initial network address, and after that we are creating having setting 192 as a subnet mask, and we create different subnetworks. So now this is the next one, given a diagram of multi-layered network address range and all those things you have to calculate. So this is the second one. It is given 183.26.103.20.215./13. So let's calculate this 183. Now next we are calculating very fast. I am calculating this 183.26 103.215 means it is 255.255.255.252. You do the calculation. Now next this will be 256 minus 254, 252 is 4. So multiple of 4. So multiple of 4 is 212, and it is in between 212 and 216. Okay. So let's understand what is this one. Okay. So 212 is actual network address. This is VLSN. So 212 is network address. Okay. So this is nothing but the given address is nothing but my broadcast address. 215 is broadcast address, and in this range I am having two valid address. So this is not a valid address. I get only two valid address, that is 213 and 'okay. So this is not a valid address. So that's how we calculate. We have different ways of calculating different subnetworks. This is how we create 2 subnetworks, 3 subnetworks, 6 subnetworks. So dividing into writes different sizes. So next we'll discuss about a specific problem, how to calculate. Now this we have done. Now this will done, and we'll be doing in the next day. So this is the designing we'll be doing in the next day. So thank you. Meet you in the next day.